Hello and a fabulous welcome to June. And I'm Liz, and I'm here to give you a few words of wisdom and a little bit of insight into what the tarot cards will say for you for this month. So I hope everybody is well, and thank you for joining. We all talk about star signs and we all know the star signs that connect, but with June, Gemini covers a large part of the month, and the tarot card that relates to Gemini is the Lovers. And I'm using the Thoth deck at the moment. Very interesting design, a little bit different. And very much with this deck, and certainly with the card the Lovers, it symbolises duality. And the message that's coming across to everybody for this month is to integrate all parts of your life for the greater good. You know, it's about soul bonding connections that will illuminate yourself. Bring yourself into awareness, really understand, but most importantly, make sure you retain your balance going forward. So that's a very interesting start. And, you know, I'm going to talk about meditation in a moment, but you could also meditate with the card, the Lovers. Or even just think about balance and duality when you do your meditation. But the card I've chosen for this month for the meditation is the Moon, and sort of partly influenced because we've got some amazing supermoons around this time of year. We've had a lunar eclipse. It's just different. Ideally, use a yellow, or if you haven't got a yellow candle, white candle, which will just help with a little bit of mental clarity, help you to see things, which will be good. So what the Moon's saying to you and what you need to reflect on a lot within your meditation is to dig into your dreams for hidden meanings or look for subtle messages. So if you've seen something you're not sure about, meditate with it. Could be a butterfly. We all know about feathers, but just try and work out what impact it's having on you. Ask for light on any issues that you may have, because it's about releasing darkness. It's about letting anything go that you don't want. And this is a fabulous time for sort of release and moving forward. Any fears, any anxieties during your meditation, just let that lunar pull take them away. And don't hold on to any of those emotions. You really don't need it. And just move forward. Absolutely, the way to go. Now, we can start off with something a little bit different this month. As you know, I have the cards that you're drawn to, but we're going to be looking at it from a spiritual perspective. So let's dig deep. This is a time of change. We've been through so very, very much over the past 16, 18 months. So let's just get back in touch with ourselves. So I'm going to show you the 3 cards, 1, 2, and 3, nice and simple. So choose the number that you're drawn to. And I hope when I give the meanings that it resonates with you. When we have such a sort of a big audience, it's very difficult to pinpoint it, but just take what you can from it. So we start off, and we're using the steampunk deck this time. It's always nice to have that little bit of variety. So we have the 5 of Cups, an imagery probably slightly different to what you've been used to. So you may have been holding on to some feelings of anger or even a little bit of resentment. So if it's somebody has done something to you, just forgive them and let it go. If it's you that you're annoyed with, just release it. Put those emotions behind you and ask for the universe to help and give you a little bit of help, support and guidance. And, once you've released those emotions, you're going to be able to see your way through a lot more clearly. If it's card number 2, we have the Page of Swords. So you have been neglecting your spiritual side and in favor of, a bit more logic. So the spiritual part of you, you've just thought, you know what, doesn't make much sense. I'm going to put my brain in. And I'm going to, really have that focus, that hardness of the logical side of your brain. But you know what? Both have a place in your life. So try and bring yourself again back into balance. Know which side to use, and no, not sort of compensate or overly concentrate on one side. And then for number 3, the fabulous judgment card. And isn't that just beautiful? It's so very, very different. Now, for you, a spiritual awakening is on the way. You've learned your karmic lessons. You've come to understand what the universe has been guiding you towards. But now you have to step into that role. You have to be authentic and true to you. Perhaps you're still on that journey. Perhaps there's more to discover. Go forward, courageously and enjoying it, because it's going to give you so much fulfillment and just make you feel absolutely wonderful. And I think that's the beauty of having something a little bit different, such as a spiritual side, because we have been through so much, and many, many people have come to this beautiful world of ours that we can just embrace it, learn something, because, you never stop learning, and it never stops being wondrous and exciting. So I couldn't resist for the next set of cards taking the love meanings, and I thought a bit of love in the sun. Let's hope we get some sun all the way through June, because it's been a bit challenging, hasn't it? So we have, still sticking with the steampunk cards, 4, 5 and 6. Very simple, isn't it? So again, nice deep breath and just choose which of the cards you're drawn to. So we start off with the 4 of Wands, and that is card number 4. A little bit of synchronicity there to get started. Can you see all the garlands, parties, festivities? Maybe news of an engagement or a wedding, but certainly good, positive news. If you're in a relationship, this union is going to be strengthened, and it's going to be aided by a little bit of family or friend support. If you're single, there's a good chance you're going to find love within these groups, within these festivities, within maybe some of the parties that you're going to, or even family gatherings. So for everybody, it's, strengthening, bonding, building. Wonderful, wonderful card. And then for card number 5, we have the 6 of Swords. And it's quite interesting, because the swords there are up on the balloon. And this can have different meanings. If you had difficulty within a relationship, it may be time to move on. Maybe time to see clearly, to make that decision and to move forward. You could be just getting over some relationship difficulties. There's been a bit of a struggle. That struggle is coming to an end. You're going to be able to move forward in an engaging, positive way. And for everyone, you've got to know there's a brighter future. Whatever the decision, whatever you decide to do, just go forward with clarity. Now, you may have some old wounds to heal, but it's time to leave those behind. Don't carry anything forward. You've got that opportunity to see clearly, to move forward, grasp it, and don't have something tugging you back all the time, because you don't want that. And then we come to the beautiful 7 of Wands for card number 6. So you may have to set some boundaries. People encroaching, giving you views, opinions, when you're really trying to find your feet, or like some of the other cards have shown, put that little bit of balance back into your life. You may have to stand up for your relationship, whatever your relationship is. It just excuse sort of some of the coughing. But you may have to stand up for your relationship against comments from other people. But despite this, you're filled with confidence and stay energized through that process. You know, people like to have a view. Well, do you know what? Stand your ground, be true to yourself. It's very, very important. So we've just had the sort of the numbers pick, and I hope something resonated with you and you really felt it. So now I'd like to do just it's sort of a card for each week, but you know what? It doesn't always start on a Saturday or till Saturday to Sunday. It's just going to merge through the month. So once again, just take what you can from it, and you know, let's see how it goes. And now we're going to use probably the most well-known cards ever, the Rider-Waite. And we start off with week 1, and we have the 6 of Wands. And wow, what a fantastic way to start June. Success and achievements. So perhaps you've been doing exams, working towards something, whatever it is, it's, you know, be confident. You know, there he is on his horse. Yeah, success, victory. So fill yourself, make sure your self-esteem is high, your confidence is high, you know, go forward with that stability and strength. And this is just a brilliant card because you're going to be recognized, maybe even a little bit of reward. Never goes amiss, does it? A little bit of reward for some of the efforts of your hard work. This is not sort of incidental coming through. It's something that you've put effort and set out to achieve. So well done you. And for week 2, we have the Hierophant. And this is a major arcana card, beautiful, strong, powerful energy. And what's quite interesting about this card is that, you know, some form of mentor, helper, you know, giving you a little bit of guidance, could be somebody teaching you, but not in the way of school, but just showing you the way or opening some doors for you. Don't push your own boundaries for this particular week, second week of June, but just conform, keep within those boundaries. You know, don't do anything radical or a little bit, you know, off the wall. And, you know, maybe develop some of your own rituals and practice, some of your own routines. You know, a bit of self-love never goes amiss, does it? You know, just do something nice for you, but build it into your daily life so that you can absorb, maybe learn something about the goddess or a bit more about energy, something a little bit different that you can incorporate into your daily life. So it's a bit about learning, but not doing anything too extreme. And then week 3, and yet another major arcana card. Here we have the Hermit. One of the tarot cards that's always, again, a little bit misunderstood. And, you know, as I always say with this card, it's not about loneliness. It's about a time for self-reflection, a quiet time away from the routine. You know, just breathe, take in the abundance of nature. But just, you know, just sort of do things for you. You know, turn off that noise, TV, phone. Oh, we have them all. And you'll start to hear that inner voice, that little inner light of guidance will come through. If you've had difficult situations or anything residual from the year, allow it to flow and drain away. Breathe and just feel the peace, feel, you know, the beauty of nature, and just listen to what you can hear about you. And you know what? There's going to be a new path opening up, something quite different, quite unusual, and it's going to make you feel wonderfully fulfilled. And then we come on to week 4. And you know what? We've got yet another major arcana card of Temperance. So the end of the last 3 weeks of June is going to be fabulous, powerful energies. So just feel it grow within you and, you know, make the most of it. Now there's some watchwords with this card, which are peace, patience, and moderation. You know, we're all going to enjoy a little bit of end of restrictions, lockdown, whatever we, you know, all the things that have hampered us for the past year. But, you know, don't push it too much. Just enjoy yourself. But you found your inner calm with the hermit. Now's the time to make things harmonious. You know, mix with people. Don't carry anything, just go forward. Don't get dragged into other people's conflicts. You know, if people are having an argument or what have you, don't do anything that's going to knock you off that beautiful balance you've created. And maybe it's a time to set some goals for the future. You know, you feel calm, you've had your inner voice in balance. Yeah, what am I going to do with the rest of the year? You know, what's the rest of the year going to bring? I'm going to have some real stretch goals, do some things for me. And just remember, self-love is not selfish. So I want to say a big, fabulous thank you for joining me, and see you next month. And I'm Liz, and it's just been fantastic. And thank you so very much. Bye-bye.